Welcome, let's drift into the calm of tonight's bedtime tale. Dahlia and Peony's Enchanted Forest. This story is about a curious girl named Dahlia, who befriends a dwarf named Peony, and together they explore and protect an enchanted forest full of magical wonders. Once upon a time, in a little village bordered by a vast, enchanted forest, lived a curious girl named Dahlia. Dahlia had hair as golden as the sun and eyes as deep and blue as the ocean. She loved exploring the forest, finding new wonders every day. One afternoon, as she wandered through the woods picking wildflowers, she stumbled upon something extraordinary. There, amidst the ferns and moss, was a tiny door embedded in the trunk of an ancient tree. With her heart pounding in excitement, Dahlia gently knocked on the door. To her utter amazement, it creaked open to reveal a small, cozy room inside the tree. Beside a roaring fireplace, sat a dwarf with a long, braided beard and twinkling eyes. His name was Peony. Peony welcomed Dahlia warmly and offered her a seat by the fire. Over cups of steaming tea, Dahlia learned that Peony was the guardian of the enchanted forest. His job was to ensure the magical balance of nature and protect the creatures living there. Flaw asked Peony to show her the wonders of his world. Peony agreed with a smile, and together they set off on a journey through the forest. They visited sparkling streams where fairies danced on the water's surface. They marveled at the flowers that sang soft lullabies when the wind blew through them. They even met talking animals who shared tales of the forest's history. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Dahlia and Peony returned to the ancient tree. Peony thanked Dahlia for her company and handed her a glowing acorn. This acorn, he explained, will guide you back here whenever you wish to visit. With a heart full of joy and wonder, Dahlia bade Peony farewell and made her way back home. From that day on, she often visited the enchanted forest, always greeted by her dear friend Peony. Their bond grew stronger with each adventure they shared, and Dahlia learned much about the magic that wove through the forest. She found comfort in the mystic woods, knowing that she and Peony were its dedicated protectors, and so, their friendship thrived, whispering secrets to the trees and dancing with the fairies under the shimmering moonlight. They lived happily ever after forever as guardians of their beloved enchanted forest. Another story awaits to ease your night. William and Heather, the Celestial Surprise. This story is about William, a kind-hearted man who meets Heather, a celestial being, and the enchantment and joy that their meeting brings into his life. William was a kind-hearted man who lived in a small village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests. His days were filled with gentle routines, tending to gardens, and helping his neighbors. His simple yet content life was often peppered with dreams of the extraordinary, and little did he know, his dreams were about to come true. One starry night, while William was gazing at the sky, something caught his eye. A soft, ethereal glow was descending from the heavens, getting brighter as it drew closer. As it neared, he could discern a graceful figure enveloped in light. With was Heather, a celestial being, her luminous wings sparkling like scattering stardust. That shall come from the celestial realm, with a purpose: to bring joy to a deserving soul on earth. She had been watching William for some time, admiring his kindness and humility. They spoke, and William's heart was filled with wonder. Each word she spoke seemed like music from another world. Heather told him of her realm, a place where the light danced with the stars and the moon sang lullabies to the sun. Fascinated, William listened intently, his imagination painting vivid pictures of the celestial scenes she described. As dawn approached, Heather had a surprise for William. She gently took his hand, and with a flutter of her wings, transported him to her realm. William found himself standing on a cloud, surrounded by an endless night sky studded with brilliant constellations. The air was full and filled with a faint, sweet fragrance. Everything seemed to glow with a soft, otherworldly light. Heather showed him round her realm, where celestial beings like her went about their gentle tasks. Each bee emitted a soft glow, working in harmony to maintain the beauty of the universe. They created new stars, repaired the old ones, and arranged constellations in the sky. William marveled at the beauty and peace that pervaded everything. They spent what felt like hours walking and talking until Heather revealed the greatest surprise of all. She offered William a gift, a single star she created with her own hands. It was a token of the joy his kindness had brought into the world. Touched and overwhelmed, William thanked Heather with all his heart. When the time came for William to return to Earth, Heather promised they would meet again. She gently touched his forehead, and he found himself back in his village, the morning sun just beginning to rise. In his hand, the star glittered softly, a beautiful reminder of his extraordinary night. From that day on, William's life was filled with newfound wonder. He looked at the night sky with a sense of connection and joy, knowing his friend Heather was up there, watching over him. The star he kept glowed faintly, a small piece of the heavens he could call his own. And in quiet moments, when he gazed at the shimmering sky, he could almost hear Heather, by its heavenly voice whispering to him, ensuring that the magic and wonder of the celestial surprise would live on forever. The next story is here to soothe your heart. Borage and Tansy, the Magic of Healing. This story is about Borage, a human with a talent for healing plants, who learns deeper magic from a joyful sprite named Tansy, enhancing his garden and forming a lasting friendship. Once upon a time, in a verdant valley, surrounded by towering mountains, there lived a gentle human named Borage. Borage had a gift for growing the most vibrant herbs and flowers, which he used to heal the villagers' ailments. His garden was his sanctuary, a tapestry of life and woe. One day, while tending to a particularly stubborn plant, Borage heard the soft tinkling of bells. Turning round, he saw a joyful sprite named Tansy, fluttering on iridescent wings. Tansy was the guardian of the valley's flora, and she had come to help Borage. "Your herbs are lovely," she said in a voice that sounded like wind chimes, "but there's a deeper magic that can make them even more powerful." Intrigued, Borage asked Tansy to show him this magic. Tansy smiled and fluttered over to a patch of forget-me-nots. She touched them lightly, and they glowed a soft blue. "Feel the energy they give," she whispered. Borage knelt beside the flowers, feeling a gentle warmth spread through his hands and up his arms. "They go alive with magic," Tansy continued, "and they respond to love and kindness." Borage spent the next few weeks learning from Tansy. They sang to the plants, danced among the blossoms, and whispered words of encouragement to the herbs. The garden thrived as never before, each plant shimmering with a mystical energy that could not be seen but was felt by all who entered. Villagers began to notice the change. When they visited Borage's garden, their worries seemed to melt away, replaced by a profound sense of peace. Even the most stubborn ailments eased under the touch of Borage's hands, now guided by the magic Tansy had shared. Borage and Tansy grew to be close friends, sharing not just the work of the garden but their hopes and dreams. Tansy, who had always been a solitary sprite, found joy in Borage's companionship, and Borage discovered a new depth of happiness in Tansy's presence. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink, Borage and Tansy sat together, watching the garden glow in the twilight. Angie Tansy, Borage said softly. You've given me so much more than I could have ever imagined. Tansy's wings shimmered softly in the fading light. And you, dear Borage, have given the valley a gift that will last long after we're all gone. From that day on, the garden remained a place of healing and magic. And whenever someone asked Borage the secret of his wondrous birds, he would simply smile and think of Tansy, the joyful sprite who had shown him the magic of healing. Let's drift softly into another chapter. In Zinnia and the Loving Guardian Angel Akolta. This story is about a girl named Zinnia and her bond with a guardian angel named Ekalafa, who teaches her the power of kindness and compassion. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled in the valley, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Zinnia. Every morning, Zinnia would gather wildflowers, their petals glistening with dew, and weave them into elaborate crowns. Her radiant smile always brought warmth to those around her. Unbeknownst to Zinnia, a loving guardian angel named Akela watched over her from the clouds above. Akela had iridescent wings that shimmered like the rainbow, and eyes filled with compassion. The angel had chosen Zinnia for her pure heart and unwavering kindness. One day, while Zinnia was playing near the brook, she noticed a small bird with a broken wing. Without hesitation, she carefully picked up the bird and tended to its injury, singing softly to soothe it. Ekalafa, witnessing this act of kindness, decided it was time to reveal herself to Zinnia. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the village, Ekalafa descended, her figure glowing softly. Zinnia, entranced by the angelic presence, approached her with wide eyes. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice tinged with awe. "I am Ekalafa, your guardian angel," the angel replied gently. Zinnia gasped, her eyes sparkling with wonder. From that day forward, Ekalafa and Zinnia forged an unbreakable bond. Ekalafa taught Zinnia about the magic of compassion and the strength of forgiveness. Together, they would wander through the meadows, helping animals and comforting those in need. The villagers began to notice the extraordinary changes in their lives, feeling a renewed sense of hope and peace. One evening, an old man from the village came to Zinnia. He was known for his gruff demeanor and seldom smiled. "Why do you help everyone, even those who have wronged you or victimized?" he asked, his voice gruff but curious. Zinnia, with Ekalafa by her side, smiled warmly and said, "I'm sure because everyone deserves kindness," and a chance to change the old man's heart softened at her words, and for the first time in years he smiled. With Ekalafa's loving guidance and Zinnia's unwavering spirit, the village flourished. Each act of kindness rippled through the community, creating a tapestry of love and gratitude. And so, the story of Zinnia and Ekalafa is remembered in the village, whispered through generations as a timeless tale of forging bonds and the infinite power of love. Good night. May you find comfort in your dreams.